Yeah, we are live, Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to introduce our next presenter, Dr. Sumanta Bhattacharya, research scholar and policy analyst at MACAUT and Indian Institute of Governance and Leadership. Dr. Bhattacharya has specialized in various topics: law to administration, public foreign defense policy, national security, defense strategies, science, and biotechnology. He has won many awards, which include the Indian World Record Award for first Indian to cover different specializations in mastering the greatest number of degrees. Today, Dr. Bhattacharya will be presenting on textile waste management and future policy for Atmanirbhar Bharat for sustainable economy and employment. Over to you, Dr. Bhattacharya.
Thank you. Can I start right now?
Yes, it's good
Good.
to go.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Sumanta Bhattacharya. My topic for today is textile policy, based on textile policy and textile waste management. We all know about that our India is going through a very pandemic session. But the Indian diaspora of textile is as vast as an ocean, featuring more than 30 fabric crafts spread across 29 states and 7 union territories, with each state nurturing their own textile craft for countless years. These crafts are no less than the breezy, sprinkle, majestic rivers marching from the most diverse and prolific heritage and culture of all times, with textiles like cotton, jute, silk representing the trade game between India and the rest of the world since ancient times. Our history with fabrics and crafts is as bright as the fierce morning sun. Right from the Mughal era to Swadeshi movement, British Raj, and even after independence, artisans and weavers across the country have been experimenting and adding new flavors to the homegrown textile crafts. So, Indian's textile sector is a very old industry. We all know about that. Indian's textile industry contribute 7% to the industry output by in 2018 to 19, and Indian's textile and apparel industry contribute 2% of the GDP and 12% to export earning, and held 5% of the global trade in textile apparel in 2018 to 19. Next slide, please. We need to know that what is our nation next textile policy. Our new textile policy under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Damodar Das Modi and Dr. Smriti Juben Irani is magnificent. Now our India go through a very pandemic situation. We need to think how we can connect textile in a very digital way. For that, we need to go through the new textile policy. So government formulated many types of policy to upgrade cotton, silk, jute, handcrafts, power looms, all those things. But the main factors is there that we need to provide some growth tips, right? Prevention is better than cure. We all know that during the course of processing of fiber to yarn to fabric, various dyes, chemical auxiliaries have been used. But whatever it may be, on the shop floors and the dye house or even in lab, one must remember prevention is better than cure. Why? In many international buyers from Europe have imposed quality parameters for the merchandise that they are purchasing from India. Ecological parameters have been introduced for exports of fabrics and garments to Europe and Germany. Also, awareness of the harmful effects of the chemical use in processing and finishing lead restrictions of use of chemicals as parachlorphenol, band-aid amines, heavy metals, formaldehyde, nickel, allergenic dyes also there. We need to get rid out of there. For that, we need to focus on biotextiles and bio dyes. Like we have dyes from different sectors, different organic compounds are there. So India introduce government implementing amendment technology to upgrade fund scheme that people of come with new ideas to this industry and can elaborate their ideas and make India a new global identity in the textile world. Government also launched special package of 6,000 crore in 2016 and also boost it due to the pandemic situation. No more adding will be there, but on that terms, government also declared the full fund provide under remission of state levels also that, and 10% or provide of the amendment technology up to the all grade. My next slide is that impact of textile policy in Indian business and economy. It is very important that without an economy, a nation cannot run. Ministry of Textile formulating new textile policy based on a develop a comparative and a sustainable business economy. In this textile policy, government not only connect urban and rural area, it's also connect our tribal world. India have a vast heritage. I just give a brief review, just brief introduction of Indian textiles, such like Dabu from Rajasthan that I not mentioned over here, indigo from Oloka and Bangru, which is actually Bangru means the is actually in some parts of India actually is leading to 80% of less breeding is fabricol. Kalamkari from Malchipattanam, Banarasi silk from Banaras, Ajrak from Baruj and Barmar, Ikat from Panchmoli and Sambalpur, Bagh prints from Bagh and Madhya Pradesh, Kantha from Rajasthan and West Bengal, Chanderi fabrics from Chanderi, Madhya Pradesh. There are a lot more things. Actually, nowadays Lucknow chicken also there. I go through previous speakers from apparel industries and other speaker go through there. They are give a magnificent speech regarding this. But I need to remember we must take our heritage and then make our economy and do our business. Whenever we are explore all these things, India have a vast thing. So Indian textile industry around 4.5 crore employed worker, including 35.12 to 22 lakhs handloom worker across the country. Whenever we just connect rural, urban, and as well as tribal community to this platform, it will be boost up to 15 crore employed workers, including 50 lakhs different workers, not only handloom workers. Textile industry not only based on handloom and weavers, it also engage lot of other industries also. And also the domestic textile and apparel market stood an estimate of 100 billion US dollar as per Indian Textile Policy Summit. The production of the raw cotton in India estimated 35.4 million bales per 2020 and 2019 connection. But the thing is that not only cotton, India have a vast textile variety. So my next style is that the key textile and apparel manufacturing zone in all over the India. You can see here that from Delhi to West Bengal, from north to east, from south to west, everything is connected. And if we are co-connected each other, from our urban community to rural community to our tribal community, does make a huge difference. Now Indian domestic textile and apparel over market over 10 100 billion in as per 2018 and 19, and but we expect that expected growth will be 250 billion dollar by 2021. But after the pandemic situation hit our country, it should be delayed. But I hope by 2030 we reach 350 billion dollar economy by textile. And on the contrary, the other nation region expect China have just joined the value chains, mostly focused on end product and dependency on the other countries of for fabric and yarn. So the presence of the several large integrated players in the country spread across his vast geography has proved to be strategic advantage in maintaining this presence of complete manufacturing value chain. By adding manufacturing value chain, as well as I mentioned before, tribal community is very important. India shares a very variety of tribal community, but previously go to that, I just want to share that global textile and apparel trade statistics. I have been there. My friends, textile is a very good key for boost up Indian economy in a very large scale. And my focus on that tribal community of Bastar in Chhattisgarh and neighboring Koraput region of Odisha used to use a natural dye called al to color cotton cloth. Weaver from Tukapal, Nagmar, and other villages of Bastar well known for their weaving skill. And if we go for the tribal fashion, and then we come out in that their textile have a long tradition in the world. Indian tribal textile are one of the oldest in the world and dating back to the Indus Valley civilization. One of and now I go to the next slide because I think that global textile is there. Okay. Now India is become the largest producer of cotton nowadays and the fourth largest producer of acrylic and nylon, and contributes 7% of the country's manufacturing production, and the second largest producer of polyester and silk, and third largest for the producer of viscose, and fifth largest for the textile and apparels. Eight center of excellence set up for promote textile, technical textile and other management. I need that this center must be the number of the center must be getting increased at least 20, and the textile industry of the India contributing 2.3% of the GDP and 30% of the country's export earning. So it's very important. And trending textile is a very common between India and other countries. I just go to the next slide. Here is the textile industry patterns of our Indian region. Now I go to the wool and silk industry. We know about that. Kashmir wools is very much famous, and it's about 43.50 million kgs of raw wool, producing from 65.07 million ships in the, and become India is the become third largest ship population in the country. Out of this, 85% of carpet grade wool and 5% are apparel grade wool, and remaining 10% are cars grade wool for making rough combles. We all know about it. Now my next slide is that carpet industry is a very important industry in nowadays because fashion and interior designing have brought this platform very much high, because very much creative carpets, very much colorful carpets are also of a also brought in our media, not only our media but our also in various fashion designing, various interior designing. Nowadays modern household also give this kind of fashions, knitting, hand knitted carpets, independent dyeing carpets, likewise. And India become I think India become the first largest production of wool in the country. Now we come to the sericulture. Sericulture is a large traditional heritage of India. Due to this British era, we lost our heritage regarding this sericulture, but India is also working with it. India have various silk named Mulberry, Tashar, Eri, Muga, and India is the second largest producer of silk in the world next to China, and also share 12% of global raw silk production, and uh, it's give a good economy. And India have a large scale like Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Jammu Kashmir also engage in the North region sector, tribal sector of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Uttaranchal, Orissa also take part in this silk industry. Spice trade in sericulture, if we go through it, I just give a normal statistics view that how the economy is calculated by this. Now it is rayon and polyester. India is one of the world's largest leading manufacturer of man-made textiles. It's also contribute 2% of Indian GDP, 7% of Indian industrial production, and 16% of country's export and other thing. Over 18 millions of people are directly and 20 millions of people indirectly attached to this industry. Nowadays, it's about 117 million dollar economy in 2020 September is reported. And I'm feeling proud to announce that India AN export over in this pandemic till in this pandemic situation in 2020 October accounted to be 5,075 $1 million economy. And India is the second largest world producer of polyester and viscose, but India ranks sixth of the man-made fiber. We need to just boost up our market, boost up our textile industry by several things. But apart from this, there is a problem is there. Nowadays, we heard about waste management. The textile industry lot need a lot of waste management thing because textile industry have different issues. Before going to the textile waste management, I just give a brief about what kind of problems textile industry have. The shortage of supply of raw materials, that we know that shutting down some unit in China and Europe due to the pollution issues has resulted in an unaccepted rise of price of basic raw materials in international market, and chemically dye stuff industry of Gujarat finding a hard to begin new orders as price of basic raw materials in world. And I just give you one thing that the just give you some example. The price of materials such as acetic anhydride is before all this scenario is at 65. Now it is 175 kg. Sodium bicarbonate, it also cost 27 previously, but now it is 50. Caustic soda flakes is also reducing from 50 to 38, but is not that much good. Price of beta naphthol, Z acid, H acid, vinyl sulfonyl, gamma acid moved up to 15 to 30% past 2 months. Government also take precaution regarding this, but we need to more and more economic strategy to protect those things. Increase of cost of raw materials is there, and the second thing is that complaints, environmental issues. Textile industry produces a lot of toxic things. The toxic, non-recyclable chemicals actually harm our industry. So we need to maintain a eco-friendly textile industry as well as. And my third thing is that impact on GST. As expected, that the tax rate under GST would be higher than the current tax rate of the textile industry. Natural fibers such as cotton, wool, which are currently exempted from tax, would be taxed under GST. So GST is a multi-tax levied on every value addition. So man-made fiber yarn is now taxed at 18%, while natural fiber taxed at 5%. That is good. We need to more and more because as we know that India is also ranked sixth in the export. We need to reduce the man-made yarn tax, and so that our India's global GDP is also global GDP also high. And a shortage of labor due to mass return. In this pandemic situation, there is a shortage of labors because you know that migrant labor problem hit India very largely and affected very thing there because every of the textile industry need to reduce their production by 20 to 50 25% or higher than that. And the flashpoint of the crisis was there are so many things happen due to this pandemic situation. The industry suffered a lot from it. And second, the fourth one is that fall of apparel export estimated 16.2 billion dollar economy. India export fell by 1.2% from final year 2018, and which is turn was 4% lower than the previous year. And due to this 2 year, 2019 last, from 2020 and 2021, India suffered a lot due to there. I had a talk with, I had go through the industry research of Chandrima Chatterjee, an advisor of Apparel Export Promotion Council (AEPC). She just go through a record and just came with a suggestion that India lost 5.7% annual average growth in this session. New processes, new infrastructure, new sector, and new mindset need to boost up the economy. It is never late to start something new, and we need to import and export more, but with our heritage. And not only that, new infrastructure also introduce intellectual property right registrations, along with the development of infrastructure, the training for the skilled workforce for the sector also being addressed. New sector in our Prime Minister leadership, Honorable Prime Minister leadership, Make in India has identified 25 sector to promote with the detailed information being shared through the interactive web portals. India government also try to connect textile industry and rural economy, urban economy, travel economy with a digital platform. So now I go through the textile waste management. We all know that nowadays waste management is a very important thing in our global economy. Waste management in textile industry played a key role. The existence of human beings on the earth is a result of fortuitous set of circumstances in which condition for development of the species are present so that evolution could take place, allowing us to reach our present state of being. Our tenuous constitutions and continuation could be geoparadise at any time of change by change in these conditions. Textiles are manufactured to perform a wide range of functions and are made up of different types of fiber mixed with varying proportions. In general, applications of fibers belonging to the following broad categories: apparel, home and home furnishing, and industrial. My next slide is type of textile waste. So we go through that production waste, the waste that is generated during different stages of processing. I mentioned before. Consumer react to changes of in fashion, both in clothing to household interior design. Seasonal changes in fashion means that clothes can become outdated very quickly, and this encourage the replacement and disposal of outdated yet good quality garments. Consequently, manufacturers will increasingly develop high quantities of low durable clothing in response to throwaway society. This concept throwaway society also hit our Indian economy and also hit our waste management sector. And now we can go that pre-consumer waste, post-consumer waste, and after that we go for environmental impact. 63% textile fibers are derived from petrochemicals. This harvesting gave a rise of considerable carbon dioxide contamination of waste very much. And the waste consists poisonous chemicals, expensive amount of chemicals are used for all those things, disposal of those waste. But I mentioned that before that we need to go for organic, that's why. And there are also more many harmful procedures. The average number of times garments are worn before it says, and so that is used decreased by 33% compared to the 15-year ago. While the production has been doubled during this period, so India hit the economy of 5.3 billion $1 billion economy in apparel industry, but still we need to go out upcycling. My friends, I just go through that upcycling methods that textile waste management India follow this kind of landfill, and the second is incarnation, second is recycling. But I go through the upcycling. Just I mention it that when we hear about term best out of waste, one example that come our mind is patched a blanket or a carrier bag made out of old saris, which our grandmothers fondly made by conserving sources called upcycling. Textile waste is not only that mindful consumption. In terms, we can discard it. Material is turned into a high quality and high value product. So we can introduce Dvij. Dvij is a means in Sanskrit, it means twice, and di means twice, and j means brawn. It's called twice brawn. Is second life. So in the garment industry, post-industrial garments and the post-consumer garments needs a Dvij, DWIJ, and upcycle product is also as per at par with the virgin product also. This is an in-house manufacturing setup. While they also engage women who work from home, these inspire to adopt zero waste practice. As a zero waste initiative, these also makes jewelry from the cutouts and its own manufacturing waste. No one can speak about the textile jewelry. There are so many things in textile jewelry, from tribal to rural to all those things. We also found shades of shades of woolen, silk fabric, shades of cotton fabric. We also can made jewelry from there. It's called textile jewelry. It's also under recycling section. Now it is chemical recycling. We can chemically recycle them by these methods: polyester, polyethylene, tetraphenols, all that there. But it is closed loop recycle. And whenever you go for the mechanical recycle, is tend to the thermodynamical recycle. Is also with the closed loop recycle. My second thing is that we can use, reuse, reduce, and recycle. These three are for giving our India a sustainable economy in this textile sector. Charitable clothing is also welcome, because a lot of people are not having their proper clothing. We can give them, donate them. And second is second hand clothing is also welcome, and vintage clothing is also welcome, because from 1960 India is a country of charity and moving toward Atmanirbhar Bharat is my point. With our all facing for months that bare minimum access to essential purchases, our generation which is dependent largely on ordering rather than making anything learn from this digital platform. If we can connect our textile heritage, all of our saris, all of our knitting, all of our weavers, all of our waste management products through digitally, it comes up with a larger economy. Excuse me. As a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat 3, the major chunk of 1.45 lakh crore is allotted to the Grip Booster manufacturing sector, which includes textile. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji also introduced the National Technical Textile Mission for outlays of 1,480 crores over 4 years to cut down the imports. When presenting the budget of our final year 2020 and 21, she has also announced raise of 27,300 crore allocation for development and promotion of industry and commerce, which includes textiles. Our other waiver facilities also there, other waste management, how to manage textile labors, how to manage our Indian heritage, lot of things. And now new types of GST introduced. I just previously mentioned the GST section. And the labor section, the manpower boosting, I also mentioned before. The government also proposed extended 24 into 7 clearance facility across 14 seaports and 13 airports to ensure faster clearance of export and import cargo. Emergency credit line guarantee scheme sanctioned for the textile sector amongst other aims to clear any financial challenges being faced by existing players as well as provide platform to the new players. India also boost up entrepreneurship in the textile field. And now eco-friendly approach towards textile industry to sustainable climate control, economical development and many more is there. We can prevent this chemical harm, poisonous chemical use. Instead that we switch to the organic one. We can decrease our pollutant use. We can decrease our more and use of plastic polyethylene instead of using jute bags and other things. And we can reutilize our clothes. We can we can make some charitable trust and could donate some clothes over there that can this reuse or this discarded clothes must be used by others. And recycle, my friends, recycle is a new generation term for make our economy sustainable. And we also need to cultivate our silk, our wool by DNA testing. I will talk with later regarding this matter. And now I come to the conclusion. After that, I just give an idea regarding all the problem and give a brief regarding this. The size of the market in India stood as $162 billion economy as per 2019, including export worth of $37 billion economy. And according to the Confederation of Indian Textile Industry (CITI), it has been potential to reach 350 billion, including 125 billion by 2025. My friends, I told before that program like Skill India, Make in India, along with continuous development program by state level, regional level and national level, also boost up labor skilled labor, also boost up our economy, boost up our other auxiliary and secondary units that provide sustainable development to our textile economy. And second, that we need to introduce some scheme for the textile sectors, like textile labor sectors. We need to remodify the textile labor cost particularly because there are so many labor problems is there. We cannot in as we know that India is a populist country and India is a sharing world largest population. So we cannot expect that we just using artificial intelligence and machine learning skills and technology to boost up our textile economy, because if we do so our economy may be boost but lot of people are become workless. They will be lost their work. So for this we need a very strong hands to implement all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dr.
Yeah.
Bhattacharya.
Yes.
Like we have few questions here. Like
Yeah.
regarding GST, when a bamboo
Yes.
toothbrush is at GST 18% alongside
Okay.
a Colgate one, how
Yes.
optimistic with respect to textiles?
The first thing is that previously I told, because this policy making sector introduced uh, newly. So this bamboo textile bamboo stick toothbrush is actually don't have that much fame in the market. We need to introduce it with that much advertisement, that much market acceptance. Whenever we do this, we can beat Colgate toothbrush also. We can beat it. Not only that, we can use jute toothbrush also. We can use rayon toothbrush also. New ideas must accumulate in a great platform and place to that much acceptable horizon. Make changes. Thank you for the question.
Yeah,
Next one.
and how can we keep abreast with policies and guidelines from government on textile sustainability and recycling?
The first thing is that waste management is a very new word in our world, and whenever we talking about the policy, textile industry is actually open their eye just few 6 to 6 years, and we need actually a good policy making sense. It's not only like this to solve the problem as soon as possible, but better than give us a sustainable solution. Suppose we can use AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning for boost up our production. But what if we do this? Our labor got workless. So government need to introduce schemes for the labor management, for the waste management, for the industrial management in a very different scale, because people need our national support, market support, advertising related support, all of things. Thank you.
Yeah, and next one is like why jute industry has collapsed when natural fiber is available. It could have been saved by right policy.
Okay, actually, my friend, I just a very good question is that jute industry have been faced very much international politics. Is go through a very international politics, because if we go through the Indian jute industry before independence, many of the raw material come from the East Pakistan, or now previously named as Bangladesh. Many industries are in the West Bengal right now, in the West Bengal name. So whenever the partition happened, the many raw material source are there, and they were charged a heavy amount for export and import. So the jute industry collapsed. Another thing, from 1970 to 80, this era, plastic plastic mates plastic mates things are introduced, and after that heavy use of polyethylene in 90s totally shut it down the jute industry, and we move from natural to the easiest accessible polythene, which actually cause environmental decays, environmental degradations, pollutions, many more. And lot of these, due to these decades after decades use of polythene, India now facing a problem with this waste management also, the plastic waste management. Thank you. So that
Yeah.
we need, I just add one line that the question for the jute industry, we just need a raw material. For that we need a cultivation, but cultivation is a smart cultivation. That is why we need to boost up our agroeconomy also. It is not about that we just boost up the economy, presenting some policies, introducing some things. It's not like that. Whenever you are asking for the jute, if we go for the DNA testing and DNA based research, we can confirm with a new type of jutes. As well as I give you information regarding that Bangladesh textile industry introduced muslin, which is India's oldest heritage, but still we are not competing with them, because they are go through a DNA based research. Agricultural DNA based research also needs to introduce in this field for sustainable development and many more things. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya, Dr.
Thank you.
Bhattacharya. Like you can just drop your contact details here in the chat box. So if anyone wants to contact you, they can just reach.
Okay,
Fine.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.